Oh, hello there. Good morning, YouTube and the internet. Today, I washed the car. So now the car goes, we know it runs, at least somewhat. I'm just going to give it a quick wash. I didn't want to wash it before working on it. I'm not going to give it a great wash, because there's still stuff that needs to be done on the car. I'm probably going to make it dirty again, but as you can see, the car's already wet. It's a hot day, so just trying to take the heat out of the panels by rinsing it. I'd much rather wash the car on the grass, but I sort of don't really have anywhere to put it. At least this runoff here runs down into the garden on the other side of that fence, so the water will eventually, what water does get down there will at least go into the ground and not into a runoff onto the road. Just a waxless detergent car wash. 2 bucket method, pretty simple. Otherwise, the microfiber cloth in there. 1 bucket with soapy water, 1 bucket with fresh water. Just like washing anything, start at the top. Doesn't matter if it's your car or your bloody kitchen, your bathroom. Always start at the top. Like I said, this is just a quick rough wash. It's not a super clean or anything. A bit of crap here. Just try and scrub it off. Get the bulk dirt off. Any bird poo, anything like that. Get a good look at what the paint is actually like underneath. The oxidisation and dirt and crap. Okay, so now we've done that, drop a bit into the clean water to rinse the dirt and crap off it. We get a soap off the roof so it doesn't dry on the roof. I like to segment the car off, the roof there, and then the door, and then the panels, that sort of thing, and then the bonnet, the boot, you know, and just keep moving down and around the car. Segment it off as you see fit. So the A-pillars are part of the windshield for washing. There's lots of crud on this glass, I can feel it. Put some glass cleaner there, give it a clean. This is missing, which means this is a candidate for rust here. It's not rusting, but if I leave it, it will. Okay, we'll give our mirrors a quick rub while we're here. You can see there's lots of crap on both. Get it nice and wet. So all that crud, I think, is all bugs from when it was transported down. The mirrors were set out. It came down from a couple of cans. Council? Can't remember. Long way away. Rinse and repeat. So whatever segments you put your car up into, they're done. And also keep whatever you've washed wet for the rest of it until you're ready to dry the car down. So even though I've already rinsed the roof off, I'm going to keep wetting the roof down. And the glass and everything else that I've already washed will now have to stay wet until I'm ready to dry it. Otherwise you get lines and streaks and stuff in. It's no good. As far as washing the Falcon goes, the way I do that is I don't bother. I've owned that car for a year and a half. Something like that. I've never washed it. Not once. Because it's a filthy old towboat. And I don't care. So let's get it back here. Rehatch the quarter panel. Always overlap what you just did. Make sure that you don't miss anything. Take up some dicks, dirt, crap buried into that rubber here in the boot seal. So I'll have a look at that later. We can open the boot, make sure there's no crud sitting in the seal. I'm not going to get too excited about washing the wing because it's no good anyway. The paint is definitely no good on it. So on a hot day like today, you're going to do it fairly briskly if you're in the sun, because the sun, the heat, we reckon it's 35 degrees, 32. We got a bit of a breeze, thankfully. It's a warm day in Brisbane, and the car's going to dry out pretty damn quick, which is good when I degreased the engine bay earlier this morning. Less good now. But I want to keep stuff wet. So we've got a broken seal, perished, torn, ripped, whatever, in there. Didn't notice that before. The other thing about a good wash is you pick up some stuff. There's some damage here. Not much. Actually looks like not accident damage, but as though someone was using an angle grinder and accidentally touched it. Something like that. So it's not paint transfer or impact damage. So something to note, normally I would wash the wheels first, because I use a wheel wash of some description, and that's quite aggressive and caustic. So I would use independent items to wash that with that don't touch anything else with the car, and then finish the whole job and then wash the car, and then washing the car would continue to rinse and make sure I get all that crap off, and then again just finish washing the car by washing the wheels with just the leftover soapy water. Make sure that they're nice and clean, there's no caustics or anything left on them. Usually comes out quite good if you do that. Get the headlights here as well. Get the Lamborghini headlights. But they're not really Lamborghini headlights. The Nissan does not have Lamborghini headlights. Lamborghini has Nissan headlights. They bought the license to these lights from Nissan to produce them for their own car. So when I'm doing the doors and the quarter panels, I like to divide them into like an upper and a lower section. The lower section is always a bit dirtier. So with the quarter panels and doors, you want to go around the whole car in the upper section first, because you're going to pick up dirt and debris from the lower section on one side and spread it all over the upper section on the other side. So just draw an imaginary line. Sometimes you've got trim or rubber things along the side of the car which are a good line. This really doesn't have anything anywhere. So it's an imaginary line in this case, but it's still a line that I'll stick to. Do this side, do the other side, and then come back into the bottom half on this side. So over here I've got some grease and stuff that's not coming off very easily. I'm not too worried about that at the moment. I'm just trying to get a half decent looking car to start with. A lot of the paint needs work anyway, cutting and polishing. But I can get that off with a solvent or something later if I want to. But for now I just want to get it looking halfway reasonable, which is not going to be easy with these wheels. Looks like I've been a little bit light on detergent in this wash. So some of the grease hasn't come off quite as well as I'd like. You can see my finger marks from climbing out from under the car over the last couple of weeks. It's not a biggie, it's not a permanent thing to the paint, but the very last bit will do. All the time is the bottom half of the rear bumper, because that's where the exhaust is. That's where a lot of the road debris and stuff gets stuck. There in the very bottom half of the front bumper, which is the second last bit I do. As soon as we get it washed, we're going to dry it. So on a whole, the paint, most of the paint looks like it'll come up with a polish. I do clearly washed it with a like a wash and wax, because it's got all this beading, and it's all over the glass as well. See all the beading on the, see how it runs down in big beads, these here. So it's definitely got a wax and a wash product he was using. It's fine if the car's a decent base to start with. Otherwise what it does is it just traps all the dirt and crap under thin layer of wax, which means it won't wash off easily. So I'll get it off. It just means it doesn't wash off very well. If you've got the car nice and clean and you clay barred it, and then you gave it a bit of a wax or a polish and a seal, then using a wax wash over the top of that would be fine, because you're always working on a clean surface, or relatively clean surface. But if you've got debris in the paint or damaged paint, sun damaged paint like this, and then you start doing it, it just seals it at the level of damage it's already at, and makes it harder to get out. Not impossible, I just need to get the wax off, attack the paint, seal it, bring it back to a better colour, and then seal it again. It'll be fine. Won't be a problem. Okay, make sure the whole car's nice and wet so I can dry it. I'm going to do that so there's no streaks or lines or crap left on the paint, despite the fact that there's stuff already in the paint. I never fully dry my chamois before I put it away. I put it away in its thing properly, so that it doesn't go all hard and brittle. So it does mean you need to rinse it off. I mean, you've got to get it wet if it's hard and brittle anyway. Make sure you give it a good rinse while you're using it on the car, just in case anything's grown in the water. And the dampness since you last used it usually smells pretty bad. It's not too bad. Just like washing, we'll start at the top, work our way down. You don't need to apply any pressure to it, because if you start rubbing it, all you're going to do is scratch anything that's still on there into the paint. Just nice and gentle. You can see up here it's already drying quite nicely. So now we've got the bulk off. That very thin smear will disappear, no worries. So rinse and repeat. If the car dries out in the lower sections before we get to it, just damp it down. I know it seems counterintuitive, but you get a much better finish. I know the paint's not great on this already, but no need for me to make it worse by doing it wrong. It'll give me more to do when I decide to fix it. Two things. I've noticed this here. Clearly there's something been in this jet that's damaging the paint. I don't know if it's got a wax on it and then he's put like a solvent type cleaner in the water jets. I know old people used to use the trick of putting metho in them, which is excellent for cleaning glass. It's not so good if you've got wax or something on your paint, so there's definitely a thing there. And also, I must have washed the car, because it's clearly going to rain. Just as I finish up, it's getting darker and darker, and it's going to rain. All the more reason to make sure I dry it before it gets wetter. Make sure you don't neglect places like underneath things, so this wing here, wash under there and dry off under there. My understanding is this is a steel core wing, and this is all rusty inside, and that's fairly common for these, and then it rusts out the hatch lid. It can't hurt to keep that drier when you wash it. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. If I take that off, there's liable to be rust repair underneath it that needs to be done. In fact, I know there's rust repair that needs to be done. It's nothing catastrophic, but you're not going to take that off and then leave it open. So that then goes, do I repair that and do all the bodywork at the same time, and then do I need to paint the whole car, or do I just need to paint sections with touch up? How much effort, money and time do I really want to put into this car, considering it's my son's first car really? For mechanical items, I'm always up for putting in the time and effort, but a little bit less so for aesthetics. If that rust is going to go through an important part of the chassis, I'll definitely fix it. No qualms there, but there isn't any rust in any of those places. Only in that boot there, as far as I can tell. So not critical, therefore rust repair is not critical. Oh, wow, look. I'll squeeze it all out. Oh, there we go. I'm going to rub that and draw some more out. And my little Corolla, when I used to wash that, I used to have to pop the hatch and dry around all the seals, because if I didn't, the car had like fine dust, like bull dust, like from the Australian outback or something, through most of it. Very fine, didn't damage the car at all, but it was under like the boot seal, the hatch seal. And so when I wash it, water would seep in there, and I dry it, and then I drive it, and sort of the air being forced around the seal was enough to drive the water in through the seal and then back out. It would pick up all the bull dust and fine dust, and I'd end up with streaks of red mud coming from the back of the hatch. It took me ages to realise what it was, so I'd have to open the hatch, try and dry the seal as best I could. Then I'd go for a drive, a very quick drive just around the block, and then come home and then clean what came off the car up. And then I would give it like another 45 minutes or so for any residual water in that seal to dry, and then take the rag with me next time I drove the car, just in case anything else leaked out, so I could just wipe it off as soon as I got to my destination. It's a bit of a pain in the arse, but it had to be done. So I hope there's nothing like that with this rear hatch. With the rusty bits of the hatch, maybe there could be something like that happening. Being red, it's not going to stand out as much as bull dust does on white. That's a wash I'm not going to do anymore because it's going to rain. But that doesn't look too bad. For just a quick clean up. If you look at the car. So after a first wash, she's come up okay at a glance from 15 metres away. Doesn't look hideous. So that's a win, I think, for something I bought sight unseen off the internet. Certainly hasn't been a win doing the thing. Can I have that chamois tire? I got a couple of drops over here. You want to take care of them? Under this tail light. And then yeah, we've still got the areas of concern that we know about, such as this paint damage here, but you know, you can't really see that from a distance. This, whatever this is in the paint, that'll probably come out. We got some that'll probably come out with a clay bar, which I'm not going to do today. Yeah, a clay bar would take this car to another level of cleanliness. It'll remove a lot of this top layer oxide and crap. But I need to get the wax. I need to get the wax and shit off the paint first to really get in there and get all the grease off. Although the clay bar would do a good job of getting a lot of that out too. However, so would just a good detergent. So yeah, she's come up trumps. The next job I've got to do is rehang the door hinge. Or rehang the door. The door hinges are loose. And the latch doesn't line up. It'll go, but not easily. You can see it's come away at the back. Hopefully just doing up the bolts will fix that. It's top and bottom, it's the same. I really do hope this just bolts. I mean, there's bolts at the front. I don't know if you can see down there. Although this looks like broken weld, I think it's just broken sealant. That'll be the next job. And then take it for another drive, I suppose. What's next after that? get those friggin' subs out.